Bedtime Stories. I'm Gammie, and I'm so happy that you could join me tonight for story time. And if you're new, welcome. Gammie's so happy that you're here, and I hope you enjoy story time as much as Gammie loves reading these stories to you. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July, and that you've had a wonderful weekend, enjoying family and friends and getting outside and playing, especially in these warm temperatures, maybe getting to go swimming, getting in the creek, getting in some sprinklers, keeping cool. So without further ado, let's get right on into our story tonight. Permission for our reading tonight has come from Little Hippo Books, and you can go on over to littlehippobooks.com and check out their books. They have some wonderful, wonderful books to read, and so go on over there and check them out. And the name of our story tonight is ITSY the Clever Spider. Look, ITSY's reading a book, boys and girls. Aw, learning all kinds of good stuff. Let's see what ITSY's learning. ITSY the spider looked at the world around him and sighed a big sigh. He was so very clever. He was a very wise spider, and he knew a lot of things about most everything. But he wanted to be more clever and wiser. "It'll be easy," said ITSY. "To nobody, well, in particular. I'll simply gather up all the wonderful knowledge in the world, all the amazing cleverness, and all the super skills to do everything." He's wanting to master everything, isn't he, boys and girls? But it's good that he's got a goal. He wants to learn more, so that's a good thing. First, ITSY had a problem to solve. Where am I going to keep all of the wisdom and cleverness when I find it? He thought to himself, I'll need something very big and very safe to put it in. So ITSY set to work, and he made a big, huge pot, especially for the task. In fact, it was so big that ITSY had trouble lifting it. Groan, he muttered under his breath. ITSY made the pot just a little bit too big, maybe. What do you think, boys and girls? The next day, ITSY set out with his pot in search of every little bit of wisdom that he could find. He traveled far and wide and saw lots and lots of wonderful new things. But most importantly, he learned lots of stuff too. Every day, ITSY added new things to his big, big pot of wisdom. And every day, his pot became heavier. Finally, there was no space in the pot for anything else to fit, which was just as well because ITSY could hardly lift it. He's filled up his pot with all this knowledge. Wonder what he's gonna do now, boys and girls. Then ITSY started to worry. Oh, where can I hide my pot? My big old pot of wisdom to keep it safe. He thought, looking around and scratching his head with one of his 8 legs. Will it be safe in the hole in the ground? He wondered. No, the rabbits might live there. Maybe it'll be safe in a cave, he thought. No, the bats live there. Or maybe in the forest, he thought to himself, but No, all kinds of chattering creatures live there. I wonder where he's going to put his pot of wisdom, boys and girls. Just as ITSY was running out of ideas, he spotted a thorn tree standing all on its own. Its trunk was covered in huge spikes, and even its leaves were spiky and pointy. Perfect, perfect, shouted ITSY in delight. Using vines to tie his big pot to his tummy, ITSY started to climb the tree. Oh, so very slowly. There goes ITSY getting ready to climb the tree. But I hope it doesn't poke him, boys and girls. ITSY was so busy struggling with his heavy pot that he didn't notice his son, Bitsy, watching his every move. What a mess he's making of it, laughed Bitsy to himself. And he was right. Every time ITSY tried to climb the spiky tree, the pot of wisdom slipped and slid, making climbing very difficult indeed. So there's ITSY with his pot of wisdom, and there's Bitsy watching him trying to climb that tree. At last, Bitsy could keep quiet no longer. "Hey, Dad," he shouted, "tie the pot to your back, not your front. It'll make climbing so much easier." ITSY almost fell off the tree in surprise. "Ouch!" he yelled as he caught hold of a particularly big spiky thorn. Well, how annoying that Bitsy had spotted him, and how annoying that his idea was such a good idea. After all, it was he, ITSY, who had the pot of wisdom. So Bitsy had figured it out. ITSY had not quite figured that part out, had he? ITSY threw the pot of wisdom down in a rage. Well, that's not very nice, is it? He lost his temper. He shouldn't have done that. As the pot crashed to the ground, it shattered and tiny bits flew everywhere. And so did all the wisdom that was inside. All the knowledge, all the skills, and all the cleverness flew free and up, up, up into the air, floating away on the breeze. As ITSY and Bitsy watched, storm clouds gathered above them. Suddenly, there was a deafening clap of thunder, and it started to rain. It rained, and it rained, and it rained. It rained so hard that the water washed the wisdom out of the air and onto the land and into the streams and rivers. There it goes. It's going down the streams. The rivers of wisdom flowed into the sea, and as the tides went in and out around every bit of land, the wisdom began to spread around the whole wide world. Wow, was all that ITSY and Bitsy could say as they watched the amazing sight from the very highest, very driest place they could find. There they are, boys and girls. They're watching all of the wisdom flow into the sea. So, thanks to ITSY and his clever son, there is now a little bit of wisdom for everyone in the world. The end. Well, Gammie hopes that you enjoyed our story tonight, ITSY the Clever Spider. ITSY was smart, and we can all be smart. Not just bundle it all up in a little pot or keep it all to ourselves. We can study real hard in all of our subjects and read. Oh, you can go anywhere in the world, boys and girls, anywhere. With a book, you can get you a good book and you can start to read it, and before you know it, guess what? You're right there using your imagination. You can go anywhere and see anything. As it gets you a good book and start to read it, and just like ITSY, you can get all kinds of knowledge and wisdom. There's fun books, there's mystery books, there's learning books, all kinds of books. So Gammie hopes that you enjoyed our story tonight, and if you did, Gammie would love it if you give me a big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to Gammie's Bedtime Stories. And until story time again, boys and girls, God bless you all, and sweet dreams. Bye-bye.